China urges the U.S. to abide by the One China principle and the 3 China-U.S. joint communiques and implement the serious commitment made by U.S. leaders to immediately stop arming Taiwan, and China will take resolute and forceful measures to safeguard its sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity.
The United States has officially approved a massive $11.1 billion arms sale to Taiwan, a move that comes at a time of escalating military and diplomatic tensions with China in the Indo-Pacific region. This latest deal represents the largest weapons package ever granted to the island, as Taiwan continues to face relentless airspace incursions, naval patrols, and military pressure from Beijing's armed forces. The announcement closely follows an unpublicized visit to Washington by Taiwan's Foreign Minister, Lin Keqiang, fueling speculation that the trip was aimed at securing deeper strategic and defense cooperation. According to official sources, the $11.1 billion package comprises 8 major defense items and marks the second arms sale to Taipei authorized under the current Trump administration, reinforcing Washington's support for Taiwan's self-defense. Here is what the U.S. package includes: HIMARS rocket systems, howitzers, Javelin anti-tank missiles, Alcius loitering munition drones, and parts for other equipment as per Taiwan's defense ministry. Washington's latest arms decision comes at a crucial moment, as Beijing continues to intensify both its military and diplomatic pressure on Taiwan, conducting near-daily air incursions and expanding naval activity around the island. Taiwan's defense ministry said, quote, "The United States continues to assist Taiwan in maintaining sufficient self-defense capabilities and in rapidly building strong deterrent power, and leveraging asymmetric warfare advantages, which form the foundation for maintaining regional peace and stability." Unquote. According to Reuters, the multi-billion-dollar weapons package is currently at the congressional notification stage, one of the final steps before the sale can receive full approval and implementation. While the U.S. Congress formally has the authority to block or alter the deal, analysts note that Taiwan enjoys rare bipartisan support in Washington, making it highly unlikely that lawmakers will intervene. In an official statement, the Pentagon affirmed that the sale aligns with U.S. national security interests and directly supports Taiwan's ongoing efforts to modernize its military and enhance regional stability. Under U.S. guidance, Taiwan has been pushing to restructure its armed forces to better prepare for asymmetric warfare, developing tactics and technologies aimed at countering a much larger and better-equipped Chinese military. Spokesperson of Taiwan's presidential office said, quote, "Our country will continue to promote defense reforms, strengthen whole-of-society defense resilience, demonstrate our determination to defend ourselves, and safeguard peace through strength." Unquote. In November, Taiwan's president announced a massive supplementary defense package worth $40 billion, scheduled to be distributed over a 7-year period from 2026 to 2033, reflecting Taipei's determination to bolster its deterrence capabilities.
In response to an unprecedentedly severe situation, the National Security Team has planned 2 major action plans to comprehensively address urgent national security threats and fully safeguard democratic Taiwan. Achieve a high level of combat readiness for the joint forces of the national military before 2027 to effectively deter threats from China. The second goal is to further build a highly resilient and comprehensive deterrent defense capability by 2033. The ultimate goal is to establish a national defense force capable of permanently safeguarding democratic Taiwan.
At the same time, Beijing issued a stern warning to Washington, condemning the newly approved arms sale to Taiwan and accusing the U.S. of deliberately undermining regional peace and Chinese sovereignty.
The U.S. side has openly announced a large-scale program to procure advanced weapons, which constitutes a serious violation of the One China principle and the 3 Sino-U.S. joint communiques, severely undermining China's sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity. This significantly harms the peace and stability of the Taiwan Strait. This sends a grave and erroneous signal to the Taiwan independence and secessionist forces. China firmly opposes and strongly condemns this. The U.S. side is already covering itself from the fire it has ignited, and it will not succeed in imposing a law. The Taiwan question is China's core interest and the first impassable red line in Sino-US relations. No one should underestimate the firm will and strong capability of the Chinese government and people to defend its national sovereignty and territorial integrity. China urges the US to abide by the One China principle and the 3 China-US joint communiques and implement the serious commitment made by US leaders to immediately stop arming Taiwan, and China will take resolute and forceful measures to safeguard its sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity.
Chinese President Xi Jinping has repeatedly asserted that Taiwan will, sooner or later, be reunified with the mainland, a central tenet of his long-term national and political vision. In a recent call with former US President Donald Trump, Xi Jinping once again emphasized China's reunification principle, reiterating that Beijing sees the matter as non-negotiable and integral to its sovereignty. The United States, meanwhile, continues to adhere officially to its long-standing One China policy, a framework that recognizes Beijing's claim over Taiwan while formally opposing any unilateral declaration of Taiwanese independence. However, under the Taiwan Relations Act, Washington is legally obligated to ensure Taiwan has sufficient means to defend itself, including arms transfers and military support in the event of a Chinese invasion. In a parallel escalation, China has also issued stark warnings to Japan following Tokyo's public pledge to come to Taiwan's defense if the island is attacked, a development that has further heightened regional tensions.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.